Hey everybody, welcome to day 13 of our 21-day fast. Today's devotional comes out of the book of Acts chapter 2, starting in verse 42. This is where it says that all the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship and to sharing in meals, including the Lord's Supper, and to prayer. And a deep sense of awe came over all of them, and the apostles performed many miraculous signs and wonders. And all the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had. They sold their possessions, their property, and they shared the money with those in need. They worshiped together at the temple each day, and they met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and they shared their meals with great joy and generosity. And all the while praising God, enjoying the goodwill of all the people. And each day the Lord added to their fellowship those who were being saved. And man, this is such a challenge to my own priority system and my own things that I'm devoted to. And that word devotion, to me, made me think of what I work at, what I put my hand to. And as we talk about and think about what the Lord would have us work together in unity towards, I think there are some key points here that the Lord would speak to us. That maybe we need to shift our own priorities in our own lives so that they line up with the Word of God more. You know, in these early days of the church, it says that they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching, and how much it is so important to devote ourselves to continued learning and seeking after the Lord through His Word, through His knowledge, through the teachings that are out there. And the second thing that says that they devoted themselves to each other, to fellowship, to relationship, to hanging out, and with each other, not just anybody, but with the other believers. They gathered together daily. They worshiped together daily. They met within churches, within homes. They ate together. They devoted themselves to prayer. And these three simple things, devoting ourselves to learning, devoting ourselves to each other, and to prayer, are the things that we should prioritize in our own lives. So many times I think we get it backwards, because look at what the products of this devotion was. It was as they devoted themselves to these things that everybody's needs were met, that they had great joy and generosity in sharing, that they enjoyed the goodwill of all people. It says it makes a distinction here between all believers and then all people. So I read that and I see that they had goodwill, they had favor, they had just commonality and good relationships with all people, not just believers. And then finally, I feel like it was purposeful that it is the last thing that says that the Lord added to those who were being saved daily. And so often I feel like we focus on the outcomes instead of focusing on what produces those outcomes. We focus on wanting to see people saved, and we focus on wanting to feel joy, or we focus on trying to meet our needs or others' needs. But what we don't do is we don't devote ourselves first to prayer. We don't devote ourselves to each other, other believers, and we don't devote ourselves to continuing to seek after the knowledge of the Lord. And so I am challenged, and I also challenge you to spend a moment in prayer today and ask the Lord to help reprioritize your life so that it can line up with His Word and that you can be living within His will. And I pray blessing upon you, and I pray that increase would come to your life as you devote yourself to the Lord.